stop everything. Give these words your undivided attention. Now, you did not stumble upon this message by accident. You were divinely guided to a precise appointment that operates within a brief window of time. Listen closely, my beloved child. This is the hour to guard your healing in silence. The enemy has studied your tears, and he is hoping you will hand him the map to your tender place. Do not cooperate. While you are still recovering, your weak spot is not testimony material for everyone. Some do not comfort, they collect leverage. Their questions arrive dressed as care, but their pockets are open for ammunition. Hear the law of timing I am placing over you today. What is safe to share after the wound has sealed is dangerous to expose while it is still bleeding. Seeds sprout under soil, not on the sidewalk. Wounds knit beneath a covering, not beneath a spotlight. If you reveal too soon, you invite hands that do not heal to touch what I am closing. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today you must guard your peace. Close the door to curiosity that is not covenant. Shut the gate to people who want your details but will not carry your recovery. Make agreement with me now. Say it out loud and type it where you stand as a marker in the earth. I will protect my peace. This is not a small sentence, it is a boundary drawn in bright fire. As you declare it, angels are posted at the entry points of your heart. Within this hour, decide who gets silence. I will honor your restraint with accelerated mending. And here, my promise as we move forward. I will teach you to discern safe people from subtle predators, to spot red flags before you bleed, and to share honestly without handing manipulators a handle. Your healing is precious, and timing is protection. Be still, be wise, and let me finish what I started. It is sealed. Listen closely, my beloved child. What you have been feeling lately is not proof that you are too much. It is evidence that your spirit has awakened to the field of battle, while your body and soul are still knitting. That tightness in your chest before you open a message, that is not you being dramatic. This is your spirit warning you. That sudden dread when the phone lights up with a familiar name, that is not weakness. This is your discernment telling you, do not give them entry while you are tender. Those long nights at 2 to 3 a.m., eyes wide, thoughts racing like alarms in the dark. This is not random insomnia. This is your inner watchman waking, your frequency sharpening to detect friendly fire and disguised assignments. Hear me. You are not breaking down. You are tuning in. When you are healing, your nervous system is raw. Nerves that were once numb are waking up. Boundaries that were trampled are growing back. That is not anxiety only. This is sensitivity to warfare and discernment growing back. The overthinking after you open up to the wrong person is not you being unstable. It is your spirit reviewing the breach, tracing where peace leaked out. The exhaustion that wraps you after certain conversations is not laziness. It is the invoice your soul pays for carrying other people's reactions, opinions, and pity. Safe people leave you steadier. Unsafe people leave you smaller. Your body testifies before your mind admits it. Understand why exposure feels so costly right now. When you share too early, you are forced to manage their questions, their advice, their curiosity, their judgments. You begin shepherding their emotions instead of resting yours. Energy meant for restoration is siphoned to damage control. I did not assign you to hold their need to be informed. I assigned you to heal. So receive this as holy calibration. Your heightened emotions are signals, not sentences. They say, pace your sharing, guard your spirit, choose places where your peace increases. Now that you know the why, I will train you to discern the who benefits from your disclosure and who has been sent to exploit it. Listen closely, my beloved child. Not everyone who asks, "How are you?" is safe. Some questions aren't care, they're a strategy. The enemy studies patterns and borrows mouths. He wraps curiosity in faux concern to reopen what I am closing. This is not random chit-chat. This is reconnaissance. They do not seek to carry your burden. They seek to map your weakness. They will nod while you speak, then file your confession like a weapon, saving it for the moment control is convenient. I name them so you can see them. Leverage collectors. They store details as currency. They pull your words to win the next argument, to discredit you when you hold a boundary, to triangulate relationships by whispering concerns, to steer outcomes that keep them central. They bait you with intimacy. I'm just checking on you, then press for specifics that exceed compassion's need. Notice the cadence, the eager follow-up, the "but what exactly happened?" The sudden urgency to hear voice notes, the habit of screenshooting your heart. Compassion covers, leverage catalogs. Here is how you will discern. Watch the aftermath of your sharing. Do they protect your peace with prayer, silence, and steady presence, or do they subtly punish your vulnerability? Punishment looks like cool distance if you do not disclose more. Sarcastic jokes that cost you dignity, raised eyebrows in group settings, leaked prayer requests, or strategic reminders of your confession when they want compliance. Safe people leave you steadier, unsafe people leave you managed. Your body already knows the difference, tightness for the takers, ease with the trustworthy. So hear my boundary truth. You are not obligated to answer emotional interrogations. Privacy is not lying. Privacy is stewardship. Your story belongs to me first. I appoint times and ears. You may say less without being false. You may say nothing and still be honest. I authorize your guard. Type, access is earned. Do it now. As you agree, I fortify your no with peace, your silence with wisdom, and your discernment with holy clarity. Listen closely, my beloved child. Here is the timing trap. When you are still recovering, your healing needs containment, not exposure. Early growth is tender. Roots take hold in quiet soil. Incisions close under a bandage, not beneath a crowd. The cast is not a prison. It is protection while the bone remembers its strength. In this phase, I am rebuilding your internal stability, your breath, your baseline, your voice. That is not you being secretive. This is you being wise. That is not pride. This is protection. That is not avoidance. This is alignment with my timing. That is not withholding. This is worship, honoring the sacred work I am doing in hiddenness. Understand the mechanics of too soon sharing. Premature disclosure pulls you into shame spirals. After you speak, you replay every word. You scan their faces for micro-reactions. You edit yourself in hindsight until peace hemorrhages. Rumination grips you at night, scripting imaginary follow-ups to manage their perceptions. People-pleasing returns. You start caretaking their discomfort, their opinions, their advice. And the chorus of voices drowns the clarity I just gave you. Too many hands on a tender place irritate it. Too many opinions turn guidance into guesswork. If you share while you're still bleeding, you will spend your strength managing damage instead of healing. Hear me, there is a holy difference between testimony and bleeding. Testimony speaks after a scab has formed. Language has matured. The outcome glorifies, not sensationalizes. Testimony carries fruit, wisdom, humility, clarity. Bleeding is raw and open. It attracts predators, pity, and panic. Bleeding invites rescuers who want control, commentators who want content, and adversaries who want evidence. I am closing the wound. Do not reopen it to prove you are honest. Honesty to the wrong audience is not virtue. It is vulnerability without covenant. So, how will you move now? You will let the clotting complete. You will keep your circle small and your words soft. You will write to me before you speak to many. You will measure peace after every share. And because I love you, I will not leave you guessing. Now you need practical discernment. In the moments ahead, I will show you clear red flags that reveal who is unsafe to tell, so your healing remains covered and your peace remains whole. Listen closely, my beloved child. I promised you clarity. Now I place a discernment map in your hands. Safe people leave you steadier. Unsafe people leave you smaller, and your body will testify before your mind admits it. Use these 7 red flags like runway lights. When you see them, land your words and secure the gate. First, they rush your process. They press you to move on, to be over it, to explain it better so they can feel comfortable. Their timeline is not your healing. Pressure is not care. Impatience is not love. Second, they minimize and over-spiritualize without care. They turn your pain into a lecture, a label, a performance. They toss phrases like bandages over fractures, reciting answers to avoid compassion. You feel examined, not embraced, corrected, not covered. Third, they probe for details that do not help your healing. But what exactly happened? Send the screenshots. Who said it? Curiosity masquerades as concern, but the specifics they demand are not intercession. They are inventory. Fourth, they make it about them. Suddenly, you are managing their feelings. They center their story, compare their wound, compete with your pain, or recruit your moment to showcase their wisdom. You become their audience instead of their friend. Fifth, they leak information. Your private words return through another mouth. They accidentally mention what you shared, frame exposure as prayer, or deliver updates you never authorized. Trust does not slip. It is stewarded. Sixth, they weaponize later. In conflict, they reach for your confession like a dagger. See, you always. That's why you can't. Admission becomes ammunition. This is not safety. This is control. Seventh, you feel worse after. Foggy, guilty, panicked, a tight chest, shallow breath, heaviness behind your eyes. Your body is preaching truth. Your mind resists. Believe it. God's peace is a witness. Where peace disappears, boundaries must appear. Now, hear my instruction. If one or more flags appear, step back, reduce access, pause the sharing. I authorize your pivot. Type and say it out loud. I honor my peace. I trust my body. I close the gates to leverage. As you agree, I strengthen your discernment and secure your recovery. It is sealed. Listen closely, my beloved child. I am simplifying your stewardship so you do not bleed through oversharing. Everyone does not deserve the same version of your story. Access must match maturity and trust. I draw 3 circles around your recovery: inner covering, middle summary, outer silence. This is not distance for distance's sake. This is design for healing's sake. The inner circle is small and proven. Criteria are clear. Consistent character across seasons. Confidentiality demonstrated by history. Accountability without humiliation. Prayerful support that increases peace. No punishment for honesty. No control games. These are the ones who ask permission before advising, who hold your words like oil, who check on your rest instead of demanding a report, who will sit in quiet and keep you steady. They receive updates not because they are curious, but because they are coverings. Your language with them sounds like, "Here is where I am today. Thank you for praying. I am pacing slowly. What helps me right now is presence more than problem solving. If I need advice, I will ask." The middle circle gets a summary, not a saga. Give them clarity without details, reassurance without timelines. Your script: I'm going through a season, I'm getting support, and I appreciate your patience. That is enough. No screenshots, no play-by-play, no postmortems. You owe them no follow-up beyond kindness. If they ask for a date when you will be over it, reply, I'm letting the process take the time it needs. The outer circle remains at polite distance. You do not owe access to the curious. Use neutral doors and change the subject without apology. I'm keeping that private right now. Thanks for understanding. I'm focused on healing. How are you? Silence is not rudeness. Silence is stewardship. Boundaries are not bitterness. Boundaries are reverence for what I am rebuilding. Type and say, access is earned. Privacy is holy. Peace is my gatekeeper. As you agree, I order your relationships and quiet the noise. Now prepare for the moments they push, pry, or pretend to care. In the next breath, I will place holy scripts on your tongue so your no stands calm, your yes stays pure, and your recovery remains covered. It is sealed. Listen closely, my beloved child. I now place holy scripts on your tongue. Use them without tremble and without over-explaining. A boundary spoken calmly can save you months of relapse into anxiety and people-pleasing. Say, I'm not ready to talk about that. Say, I'm processing. Say, I'm getting support. Say, I'll share when it's time. Each sentence is complete. No footnotes, no justifications. Your story is sacred. Your peace is the gatekeeper. Learn the power of the pause. Silence is a sentence. When they push, breathe. Let the quiet stand there like a guard at the door. You do not owe filler words to soothe another's curiosity. Count to 5 in your spirit. Look down and recenter. If they are safe, they will honor the hush. If they are not, their discomfort will expose itself without your confession. I give you an escalation ladder. First, the gentle boundary. Thanks for checking in, but I'm keeping that private right now. If they press, step to firm. I've answered. Please respect my boundary. If they persist, disengage with dignity. I'm ending this conversation now. Or we can talk about something else, or we can pause here. This is not rudeness. This is stewardship. When you end a conversation to protect peace, heaven calls it wisdom. I break the false alarms in your conscience. That guilt you feel when you say less isn't conviction, it's conditioning. That pressure to disclose isn't love, it's control. Conviction is specific and leads to repair. Conditioning is vague and demands performance. My peace will be your proof. If peace rises after you set the boundary, you chose rightly. Now participate with me. Repeat out loud. Privacy is my protection. Peace is my proof. Type it as agreement. Say it again until your nervous system believes it. I am training your mouth to guard your heart and your timing. You will not isolate and you will not become suspicious of everyone. You will become wise. In the next movement, I will show you how to be real without being exposed. How to stay in community while keeping your recovery covered. Your no will be calm. Your yes will be clean. Your peace will remain. It is sealed. Listen closely, my beloved child. I am not calling you to loneliness. I am calling you to discernment and timing. Isolation is not your assignment. Insulation is. You were built for community, but not for exposure without covenant. You can be honest without being uncovered. You can be real without handing over the keys to your tender place. This is wisdom. Share your heart, not your coordinates. Share your need, not your blueprint. Share your present feeling, not the exact fault line the enemy has been trying to press. Here is how you practice selective vulnerability. Speak in feelings, not files. Today I feel tender and I'm pacing myself instead of narrating the incident in high definition. Ask for support, not surveillance. I need prayer for steadiness instead of, let me replay everything. Offer updates that protect your peace. I'm working a process with safe counsel instead of timestamps and transcripts. Honesty is not the same as disclosure. Truth does not require a play-by-play to be true. Before you open your mouth, run a holy check-in. First, will this person cover me or consume me? Second, do they have a history of honor? Have they proven they can carry weight without leaking or weaponizing? Third, after I pray, even briefly, do I feel peace about sharing, or does a tightness rise in my chest? If peace increases, a summary may be safe. If unease returns, close the gate and bring it to me and your inner covering only. My peace will be your green light. Your body will testify before your mind explains. I address the fear that hovers over you. What if they misunderstand me? Hear me, being universally understood is not a requirement for healing. You do not need the crowd's comprehension. You need the right few who carry you with honor. Let go of the performance. Keep the covenant. Choose the steady ones who make you taller, not the curious ones who make you smaller. Say this out loud and type it as agreement. I will be real and still be protected. I choose selective vulnerability. I heal in community with wisdom. Because the enemy has run a cycle, trigger you, milk your confession, then use it for control to keep you explainable and small. In the next movement, I will expose that pattern and give you the strategy to break it completely. It is sealed. Listen closely, my beloved child. I am exposing a pattern that has stalked your peace. Trigger to confession to control. First, they provoke you, an insinuation, a rumor, a sudden withdrawal of warmth, a crisis they cause. Second, they step in appearing concerned. Third, while you are spinning, they extract details. Fourth, they store your words, waiting to manage you with them, pressing guilt when you set a boundary, citing your confession to shrink your voice, using your honesty as leverage to keep you explainable and small. This is not care, this is control. This is not friendship, this is strategy. And I say to you now, it ends today. Here is the hidden tactic beneath it, forced vulnerability. The enemy creates chaos so you will overshare for relief. A spike of panic, a flood of loneliness, the ache of being misunderstood. Then comes the counterfeit refuge. Tell me everything. No, in that surge, do not run to unsafe ears. Run to me. Run to your inner covering. Let my presence regulate you before any person receives your words. I give you the counter strategy. Regulate first. Put your hand on your chest, breathe slow, call my name, and wait until peace returns to your baseline. Delay disclosure. I will share when I am steady, is holy. Time is your ally. Document patterns, record behaviors, dates, outcomes, facts, not rumors. So gaslighting cannot rewrite history. Consult your inner circle before you confront. 2 or 3 steady witnesses. Preserve your clarity. And when you do speak, speak with summary, not saga. Now, hear my decree in the language of heaven's court. The enemy no longer has legal access to your private pain. Every consent you granted under pressure is revoked. Every verbal contract you signed with oversharing is torn. I issue a gag order against demonic eavesdropping and a cease and desist to leverage collectors. Type, no more access to my wounds. Say it out loud. As you agree, the supply line of information is cut, the cycle is starved, and your peace is fortified. Prepare your mouth for authority. In the next breath, I will lead you into a declaration that seals this boundary in the spirit and empowers immediate action. You are chosen, you are anointed, you are positioned, you are ready. Listen closely, my beloved child. Now pray this out loud with me. Let your own mouth authorize what heaven is releasing over you. Father, in the name of Jesus, I present my heart and my healing to you. I renounce oversharing. I renounce people-pleasing. I renounce fear-based explaining. I break agreement with urgency that is not yours. I break the compulsion to narrate my pain to be validated. I break the lie that I must perform transparency to earn love. I break the need to be believed by everyone. I break the need to be liked to be safe. I repent for every moment I handed my peace to curiosity. I receive your wisdom, your timing, and your covering. I declare, my voice will serve truth, not panic. My story will serve purpose, not pity. My boundaries will serve healing, not isolation. Set a holy watch over my mouth and my heart. Teach my tongue to pause. Let my silence be strong and my words be few and fruitful. Angels assigned to my life, receive your orders now. Guard my conversations. Filter access at my door. Stand at the gate of every call and message. Cancel the lure of prying, confuse manipulation, and expose leverage collectors before they arrive. Restore my discernment. Strengthen my no. Amplify my peace. Let every agreement I made under pressure be nullified by the blood of Jesus and replaced with covenant wisdom. I decree over myself, I am chosen, I am anointed, I am positioned, I am ready, I will heal in peace, I will share in season, I will not reopen what God is closing. My home is a sanctuary, my phone is a gate, not a revolving door. My heart is covered, my mind is sound. My story is safe in the hands of God and within the circle He appoints. I seal this now. It is finished. It is sealed. It is activated. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Now act like what you prayed is law. Within the next hour, write your 3 boundary scripts in your notes and keep them visible. Identify your inner circle and send one simple update that sets pace. Move the most persistent prior to silence with a calm, I'm keeping that private right now. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb during vulnerable hours. Journal 1 page to me before you tell anyone anything. Walk once around your home and say, peace is the gatekeeper here. Then rest and repeat this declaration morning and night for the next 3 days. Prayer has authorized you. Now enforce peace with clarity and courage. Listen closely, my beloved child. From this moment forward, protection becomes power when you practice it immediately. Today, you choose peace, boundaries, and wise timing. Do not wait. Within the next 24 hours, you will do 5 simple things. First, identify your weak spot category. Late-night loneliness, the urge to explain when misunderstood, the text from a particular name, the prove I'm okay reflex. Name it in your notes so the enemy cannot name it for you. Second, list 3 safe people by name and send 1 pace-setting update. I'm healing, I'm supported, I'm moving slowly. Presence over problem solving. Third, mute or limit unsafe access. Silence threads. Archive conversations. Unfollow or block as I lead. Set do not disturb windows for your vulnerable hours. Your phone is a gate, not a revolving door. Fourth, prepare 2 boundary scripts and place them where panic used to live. I'm keeping that private right now. I'll share when it's time. Screenshot them as your lock screen if you must. Fifth, commit to delay disclosures. A 2-hour cooldown after any trigger. A 24-hour hold on major updates. Journal to me, and, if needed, 1 inner circle covering. If peace still holds tomorrow, a brief summary may be shared. No saga. Make this your daily practice before any share. Ask, is this a safe altar or a public stage? And is this wisdom or relief-seeking? If peace rises, proceed in summary. If tightness returns, close the gate. Now participate as agreement. Type, I protect my peace. Type, access is earned. Type, it is done. These are not mere comments, they are markers. Share this message within the next hour to cover the ones bleeding in silence and seconds from oversharing to the wrong ear. Do not overthink it. And if this word guarded you, partner with it. Sow a seed to protect minds, hearts, and homes. Even a small seed is an act of agreement, not a purchase. Hear my reassurance. You will not be the same tomorrow. Your discernment will sharpen. Your peace will stabilize. Your recovery will accelerate. The cycle is broken. Angels are posted. It is finished. It is sealed. It is activated. Walk in it now.